You know something, most traders don't blow up because their strategy is bad. They blow up because they survive success, but not variance. That's the part nobody talks about. A trader can feel confident for weeks, a few good trades, a clean setup, maybe even a strong win streak. And slowly, without noticing, risk starts expanding. 1% becomes 2, 2 becomes 3, not because the system changed, because confidence changed. And that's usually where the damage begins. The strange thing about trading is this: a strategy can still have an edge and still produce 7, 8, even 10 losses in a row. Not because the market is broken, because probability doesn't distribute outcomes emotionally. Retail traders struggle with this. They think, if my strategy works, why am I losing repeatedly? So they interfere, they increase size, they switch systems, they revenge trade, or worse, they try to recover quickly. But institutional traders think differently. They don't build systems assuming perfect outcomes. They build systems assuming survival through imperfect sequences. That's the difference. The 1% rule is powerful for one reason: it respects statistical reality, not hope. Let's make this practical. Imagine a trader risking 1% per trade. Now assume a difficult market phase appears. Nothing dramatic, just a normal loss cluster. 10 consecutive losses. Painful? Yes, but survivable. A 1% risk model creates roughly a 10% drawdown. That matters because recovery from 10% is manageable. You don't need a miracle, you need structure. Now compare that with someone risking 3% per trade. Same strategy, same market, same 10 losses. But now the account is down around 30%. And this is where most traders misunderstand drawdowns. Losses don't scale linearly. Recovery burden expands aggressively. After a 10% drawdown, you need roughly 11% to recover. After a 30% drawdown, you need closer to 43%. That's not just mathematics, that's psychological pressure. Because deeper drawdowns change behavior. You stop trading objectively. Every setup starts feeling emotional. You hesitate on valid trades, you force weak trades, you begin trading your PNL instead of your process, and slowly execution quality collapses. This is why the 1% rule is statistically robust, not because it maximizes profits quickly, because it minimizes the probability of irreversible damage. That's a completely different objective. Most retail traders approach risk like an accelerator pedal. Institutional traders treat risk like oxygen management. You don't use more because you feel good, you protect sustainability. The 1% framework: fixed risk exposure, controlled drawdowns, stable psychology, sustainable recovery, long term compounding. And the compounding part is important because consistency is not built from aggressive growth phases, it's built from uninterrupted participation. You cannot compound if you keep resetting your account emotionally. That's why professional trading often looks boring from the outside. Small exposure, controlled execution, repeated process, no emotional spikes, no hero trades, just survival, long enough for probability to play out. And honestly, most traders don't fail because they lack intelligence. They fail because they underestimate how violent drawdowns become once risk expands. The market usually gives warnings first: small emotional sizing, small recovery trades, small violations. Then eventually, one bad sequence exposes the entire structure. So here's something worth observing this week. Don't focus only on your entries. Look at your exposure behavior. Ask yourself, if I face 10 consecutive losses, does my current risk model still protect me? Because real confidence in trading is not how much can I make, it's how long can I survive without losing control. And structured traders understand this early. The goal is not to avoid losses, the goal is to survive them properly.